We're here with Jon Favreau, who's screening his film Chef here at the Newport Beach Film Festival. Jon, I just want to say it's really a pleasure to be doing this interview with you. I'm a huge fan, and it's amazing that you're coming down here. It really means a lot to our community and the film festival, so thank you.
Oh boy, you don't have to twist my arm to get me to Newport Beach. It's beautiful.
Yeah, right, the weather you can't beat.
Can't beat it.
So Jon, tell me, you're going back to your roots here a little bit with writing and directing after doing so many major Hollywood big blockbuster films. What's that like for you?
It's a little scary because you don't have all the backup, you don't have the visual effects and the explosions and the set pieces and the costumes, but it was where I started, and I was kind of nervous to see if I still had something to say on this scale, but it was so much fun, and I'm so proud of how it came out, and I'm so happy with the cast that stepped up to work on a film for a lot less than they're used to making, and I just had everything that I could have ever hoped for here.
So tell me, what was it like working with this amazing cast, including Robert Downey Jr., who you've worked with in the Iron Man films, and now you're doing a smaller film, a comedy. What are some of the differences there?
Well, it's interesting because when you're on a big movie, you have a lot of time, and it's, you're dealing with movie stars, and it's a whole different scale. But all of us start off in indies, and when we're down and dirty and we got to knock out a scene in half a day, everybody gets into indie mode, and it's like we're putting on a play in a barn. And it was really refreshing and really vitalizing.
Is this something that you're going to continue to go back to throughout your career?
I hope so. I'm 47 now. I don't know when the next script will hit me. I haven't done something like this in Swingers, really, where a script just hit me so quickly. I wrote it and I made it. But I'd love to. I would love to do this again. I just, I can't. You got to wait for a story and an idea to just grab you and not let go. And that's what this was. And so right now I'm just so happy to be showing it in festivals like this. I haven't done this in a while. And then to be able to go into the movie theaters and watch people watching it and laugh. And that's why I got into this business, and it's still the most fun.
What was how did you come up with this idea for this film?
I like food culture. I love watching chefs. They're like the modern day rock stars. They've got, really intense personalities and creative vision, and they're constantly up against whether their restaurant will be successful or not, whether their boss will let them cook what they want to cook, what the reviewers say, the food bloggers. So it's a really fun character to make a small story about. And I really want to learn how to be a chef. I've always loved watching Top Chef or reading Anthony Bourdain's books. And so the idea of learning a new skill from some of the best chefs in the world was exciting as an actor as well.
Excellent. So tell me, what's in the works for you after this film?
I'm in pre-production on Jungle Book now, which is about as different than you can get from this. A lot of visual effects, talking animals, and a big Disney franchise. So I'm going away from the little movie and into sort of the big studio situation again.
Is it humbling for you to make a small film like this after you've had so many tools at your disposal in Hollywood in a large budget? I noticed you have a lot of producers on this film. So was that in the sense to have more creative control on the project?
Yeah, it was the way it works is you get your funding, you make your movie, and then the financiers figure out who gets what credits later. I have that's a whole different world with independent movies. But on the set there were only a handful of us. There was myself and pretty much two producers that I have worked with in the past, and you have your cinematographer and you have your actors. And me being the writer and the lead, there's just a lot less voices, and so it became a very pure expression of a creative voice, and that's really refreshing. On the big movies, it's always there's a lot of people who have a lot at stake and a lot of people who have a lot to say. So it was fun to just. It's like playing a solo versus playing in an orchestra.
Any fun stories from the set? Anything in particular you want to share?
I mean, the whole thing was fun. It was. I tell you, we did a lot of traveling in the movie. We have it so there's a road trip, and we start off in L.A., but we go to Miami and go to New Orleans and go to Austin. And I didn't realize it, but as we're scheduling it, we were there in August, which is not the months you want to be in any of those places. So not only were we shooting with very limited time, but it was ridiculously hot, and and then we're cooking on a food truck. So if I were to do it all over again, I might have shot in the winter in the South.
That would have been preferable. Tell me a little bit about working with actors. You're an actor yourself. How do you feel that process translates into direct?
I love working with actors. You know, actors, when they're good, are storytellers. And as a filmmaker, you're a storyteller. And when you have people that you're working with who understand that, they're your ally in bringing a story to the screen. And I speak their language because that's how I came up. My writing came from acting. My directing came from acting.
Well, Jon, it's such a pleasure to have you. Thank you so much.